Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coral Sword. Not from a shared universe. We're live from Houston, Texas, at the best gaming cafe of all time, Coral Sword. And I have special guests here with me, and I have familiar guests with me. We'll go here to my right. Hello, Phil Gohan. How are you? Holy Gohan, Phil Surlos.
Yeah.
Welcome back, my friend.
Hello. Yeah, great to be here again.
First of all, thank you for setting this all up for us.
Oh, with the greatest of ease, no hassle. Just you came in, you asked like, "Hey, can we stream?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, no problem."
Yes.
And we all sat down. There was no headaches, no scratching, no.
Oh yeah, no problems
nothing.
whatsoever.
It was
a thing of beauty.
It wasn't like that at all. He's all, "Hey Phil, can we live?" He's all, "Well, I gotta." No,
I got things going on, guys.
all right.
I'm
I'll do
very
it.
busy.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sitting not to my left, but across from me now
Yeah.
is returning guest Chris Burnett, 10 Drink Minimum from the 10 Drink Minimum podcast, the best podcast, the longest running podcast of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Welcome back, my friend.
Hooty hoo. What's up, man? It's good to be here in H-Town.
Yeah, Hustle Town, man.
Yeah, Screwston.
Clutch
right?
City.
Clutch City. Yeah.
Yeah. What other nicknames we have for
Space
this
City?
town?
Space City.
Space City.
Space City.
Yeah, Clutch City is my favorite.
I
though,
tripped over an
Hustle Town.
astronaut when I came in earlier. I was like, "Oh, gee."
Yeah. Have you had any purple drink since you've been here?
No.
Oh God, you want some purple drink?
Well, before you leave, I feel like we
Maybe
need to get some for
I
you.
probably should. Right, Scissor. Is that right?
Scissor,
Scissor up?
yeah. And
All right.
sitting at the table for the very first time, give a big warm Coral Sword Houston welcome to James Smiley, everybody.
Yay!
What's
What's
up,
up, man?
my friend?
I'm so happy to be here. This is my first time,
yeah.
and this is amazing.
So we have to tell everybody this is your first time streaming. This is your first time at Coral Sword.
Yeah.
First time at Coral Sword.
Yeah. What do you think so far?
I'm loving it. The food,
That's
the smell,
trademark by McDonald's.
The atmosphere.
Did you eat?
Yeah,
You got food?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a breakfast sandwich.
I
Okay.
told him we were gonna eat afterwards, so now we'll go eat afterwards, and he'll be all, "I already ate."
All right. Well, at least you contributed dollars to this
Yeah.
place, so and not to some.
He told
name-
me it was like, don't get something at the gas station. You need to go there and spend your money here.
Right.
Well, but I did say we're gonna eat after too, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Unfortunately, most of our menu is coffee, which he can't have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do they
You can't have coffee.
No,
I haven't had caffeine in 14 years.
He has part problems, and
Oh
caffeine's
yeah.
not
Oh,
good
well,
for that.
don't do that.
Yeah,
Well, we forget Phil hasn't been around Smiley ever.
yeah.
No, he just came in.
Yeah.
But no, I guess yeah.
Just some extremely minor heart
okay.
attacks and a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh well, then if it's only
Yeah.
minor, then
Yeah.
we're good. You're here.
Here's been the theme of the weekend, Phil.
Okay.
People know who they've met me, so they all know
Yeah.
me, and so I'm not, and I'm not. I don't think I'm really. I have some quirks, but for them, everyone was like Smiley. They're like enamored by what Smiley's doing. right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, isn't that why we brought him out? here?
Yeah. And so like it was really funny because our friend Junior was like just watching him everywhere, and he was just like, let's all like not look at him and see if he just walks past us without even noticing. And then there was
Fair enough.
there's a video that we have where Smiley is standing and he's like intently watching a podcast panel and eating next to like Dr. Doom, and it's just fantastic to watch, and everyone's like watching him. They're all just look
That's
at
funny.
him.
That's funny.
You know?
Well, you mentioned,
Yeah.
I think was it Saturday? You mentioned that someone recognized you from a small bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
no.
you're an actor as well.
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean it wasn't. It was actually the largest role I've ever had, but I
Yeah.
mean it was still weird because that's got to be at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, Midnight Texas or whatever.
Yeah. But that's like a crazy. Like you don't have an advertised booth.
Right.
Yeah,
You're not saying like, hey guys, come follow me here in Houston if you're here. You're
Right.
sitting at Ming's booth table.
I was at Ming's booth.
and someone's like, hey,
Can I get a photo with you?
I know you.
You
That's
were on
crazy.
Midnight Texas. And I was like, how do you know that?
yeah. Do you know if that person was here from Houston or were they visiting con?
They were visiting.
Interesting. So they're following you. Is what you're they're traveling your movements. Smiley, watch out. You got some stalkers.
I got
know that.
I got recognized.
Oh, no.
I got recognized from podcasting 2 years ago here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so obviously this isn't your first rodeo here in
No,
Houston.
no.
Yeah.
Um,
Now to be fair, it wasn't exactly you they recognized. It was your trademark white glasses.
Trademark white glasses.
Okay.
Which is kind of why you wear them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, that's how my friend
Yeah.
recognized you. She was like,
Yeah.
like, hey, wasn't that the guy from the podcast we saw there? I'm like, with me? You're like, yeah. I'm like, Chris? She's like,
Well, but the guy, it was really funny because the guy from 2 years ago was like, he walks up and he's like, does that, and he goes, "So you podcasted here 2 years ago?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I saw you." He goes, "Honestly," he's like, "you've lost a ton of weight." He's like, "I wouldn't have recognized you if you
Wow.
didn't have the white glasses." I was like, "Oh, that's fair." Yeah.
That's great. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
he wasn't like you were here 2 years ago, right? He's like, yeah. Well, have you gotten any better since then? Because you were
Yeah.
really bad.
He was
last
like,
time.
"That was trash garbage
Yeah,
last
like
time."
they invited you, like they invited you back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you must have gotten really a lot better.
Would've
But
thought you
no,
got banned.
you were supposed to be here last year. we
Yeah.
were expecting you to be here last year. What
Yeah.
happened?
Well, I was, in the midst of losing weight, and I plateaued, and I was like, I'm just not losing more weight, and I was like, maybe I could remove organs.
Oh, nice.
And no, I lost a bunch of weight, and then because of that, my gallbladder crapped out, and so 2 days before the con, I got a stomach ache, and then by the nighttime, I could barely move, and I was like, I better go to the hospital, and yeah, my gallbladder needed to be removed.
Like, when you say like your gallbladder just gave out,
Mhm.
it was it just like from the shock of your system, just
Yeah.
losing weight that much?
That's what they say, yeah. And I guess people from The Biggest Loser, it happens to them a lot, I guess.
Yeah,
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, because
That's crazy.
it was weird because the doctor goes, "Have you done anything different in your life like in the last 6 months?" And I was like, "I've
Yeah.
lost 40 something pounds." Because at that point, he goes,
Oh, well, that's
yep,
it.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what he did. He just went, "Oh, no, all right."
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who needs bile, right?
Yeah.
you don't need bile. That
You know-
bile
you know
stuff
what's-
that
you
it
know what's-
Just
produces,
for
you're fine.
digestion,
Yeah. You know what's funny too is they're like, "We're gonna do a follow up in 2 weeks after your surgery, right?" And I'm like, "Okay." And they really, there's always the jokes about they don't have good bedside manner.
Sure.
They do not.
No, yeah.
So I'm like, follow up. I'm thinking I'm going to go in, and they're like, "No, it's over the phone." I'm like, "All right, well, things are pretty nonchalant now." So the doctor calls me, and he goes, "This is how he does it. This is how he makes.
Okay.
This is how he does the call." He goes, "Mr. Burnett, well, when we take something out of somebody, we always like to send it off and get it tested. There's all these
Okay.
pauses, and he goes,
Yeah.
just in case there's some sort of disease or cancer. Well,
Oh, no.
you're all good." Oh God! And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
Like, why didn't
did
you
we
lead?
need to go on that roller coaster of emotion right now?
Right.
He couldn't have just went, "Well, first of all, everything's fine. We send stuff off to get it tested, and you're all fine."
No need to worry.
Yeah, I could have done that. Could
Hey,
have done that.
up front, we sent things out to get
Yeah.
tested.
Yeah.
You're good. You're
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, you're
Green,
clear.
baby.
Yeah, that perfect.
Yeah.
You need to teach that class.
Yeah.
to the doctors.
This sounds like someone that really enjoys their job. though.
And you know what? And I feel like he got off the phone and he's like, "Dude, I got that dude real good."
he crapped his pants for a second. I got him. Got him. They're high
That's
fiving
crazy.
and
Yeah,
shit.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's
Well-
got a list. He's like, and next.
Yeah.
How
So,
how was
Yeah.
Yeah.
how was your second year there here?
Comic?
Yeah.
It was interesting because it's definitely bigger in scale.
Sure.
Not a ton, but there was more. Almost there was too much. Sunday, I was finding things still that
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the arcade is here. I thought the arcade was just there Friday night.
Yeah, no, it was
No,
all
it
weekend.
was all
yeah.
weekend. It was an
Yeah,
arcade.
It,
Some good
it goes till
stories there.
midnight too. Yeah.
And we didn't find the media room till Sunday afternoon. That
The
we
very last
Yeah,
ones.
that we could have had free food and water this whole
no
time.
water. Like
Water.
you could have stayed hydrated. You, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
no,
po-
check
you're-
this
you-
out.
Okay,
This
yeah,
is the-
Smiley.
This is the best part. We find the media room
Yeah.
only to have it closed off the hour later.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Within an hour of us being in there. Yeah.
Oh, can we go back in there? No, it's
Yeah.
closed now.
Well, and it was also when you're around all those people all the time,
Yeah.
there's time because he can go Ming can go to the green room, to also have a place where
Just chill. Breathe.
yeah, just kind of breathe a little bit and get
Yeah.
away and
Yeah.
not hear. There was a time I was over in your booth and they were doing some sort of raffle.
Yeah,
For
oh,
like-
for the
for like-
for the
Yeah,
Renaissance, Festival,
Yeah.
is right next to you.
which,
And-
which is pretty huge around here.
And I was trying to get ready for the panel I was going to host. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go up to this room.
yeah.
yeah.
And I like our friends, but when you're trying to kind of focus in on what you're going to do. Luckily, I didn't have to actually do anything, so that was great.
Yeah.
Well, wait,
But,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
we'll explain. You,
Yeah.
they brought us out. They scheduled you for the 10 drink minimum panel.
Yeah, so Friday night, you and I and Smiley did the 10 drink minimum panel.
Yeah, which was awesome.
And when they first scheduled it, I was like 8:45 on a Friday. I was like, well, that's
who's
kind
gonna be
of
left. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that's the crap spot. But then I realized it's not. It's
No.
like, because like if you're during the day, there's so many other things going on, and like your audience might be people that are like, I just want to sit down.
Yeah, just like kind of like wander
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But like we were like, we got the crowd that was like, oh, there's either the party,
yeah, or
the arcade, or this, and
Yeah.
so we had about what 25
yeah,
people.
good, healthy, very
Yeah, we
healthy
had a
crowd.
good- So I, honestly, that was the money spot. And then yesterday or Saturday, you and I were on a panel for
yeah, turning your passions into episodes.
there it is,
Yeah,
and not as big a crowd, but that's okay.
Yeah.
A lot of family members of people on the. I think we had more people on the panel almost than we did in the
Okay.
audience, but that's okay. But that was good. I enjoyed, it's funny too because like I look at my schedule and I'm like Friday night 10 drink minimum, Sunday night host panel for
Yeah.
moderate panel for celebrity, and then Friday night someone's like, well, you're on that one tomorrow, right? And I was like, what?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
And they're like, well, I saw your name on it, and I was like, well, okay.
Right.
And so I had to go like look through like the schedule, and there, sure enough, there's our name on a panel
Yeah.
with other people, and people are like, you didn't read your email, and I went back and looked, it's not there.
Wow.
But whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, good thing somebody saw that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or we were like, "Where's Chris?" I don't know, man. Came all the way out, flaked on the panel.
Yeah.
It's too good for us, I guess.
What did Brian say there?
Brian says, I have done a live show at the Texas Ren Fair booth during a raffle. 1 out of 10 do not recommend.
So
Yeah.
what makes it so,
So, Brian, thank
rowdy?
you.
I guess.
Dude, they start chanting, and like there's
yeah, they get them riled up. Dude,
there's a couple hundred
Okay, they
people
got it there.
I
Yeah.
imagine you've been to the Texas.
Oh,
Renaissance
100%,
Festival.
100%.
I mean,
Love
it's,
it.
it's
It's good.
huge.
There was
Am
a
I
lot of-
correct? 'Cause I didn't see the there's a big documentary.
Oh, I watched
or
it, yeah.
two of them out there
Yeah.
now.
I watched the one on HBO Max.
Am I
Yeah.
correct? The guy that they kind of profile, who's like not the nicest guy, did he, in fact, invent the Renaissance Festival? Is that what
I
they're
think that's
implying?
what they're implying,
Okay.
but I don't know if that implication.
Oh, is that not
like-
true? Okay.
I don't know how far that goes. We could ask.
Let's just say yes, because it's way more interesting if he actually invented them.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of give him some kind of credit. But yeah, you've been to these Renaissance shows. It's like huzzah! Like
That being
yeah,
said,
so-
that being said, Texas
oh, yeah.
Ren Fest
Rah,
is
rah,
a
huzzah.
huge
They were
thing.
doing a lot of that.
Yeah. Texas Renaissance is a huge thing for Houston and Texas overall.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's the biggest, right?
It's the largest. Yeah. The largest in the country.
And then there's like a big, the guy.
And then there's the whole
Yeah.
semi sort of fallout with things. I'm not too familiar.
Well,
up to
the
date
guy
with
killed
everything.
himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like don't know what's going
Which
on
is
there.
terrible. Yeah.
So I was surprised to see that there was even a booth this year.
Oh,
supporting
so
it.
they did. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, great. But cool, good to know there was a huge.
So am
crowd.
I the only one that watched the documentary on Max?
yeah.
No, I saw it.
Oh, he saw it.
Oh, okay.
I
What? Well, maybe this isn't. Maybe this isn't. I know bits of it because we know some people in it.
Oh yeah, a lot of the people you met this week are
Yeah.
at work at Comp Close.
Oh, yeah.
They're in it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
know.
actually
so.
gonna have to go back and look at it because
I was
did meet at
messaging. I
Comp
was
Close.
messaging one of our Lindsay. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm watching this, and like, this is where you work at. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, well, first of all, it's a documentary, and the documentary, like as we've learned through time, can be skewed to whoever makes it.
Sure.
And most often or not, then it is. It's rare that it's not. So you kind of have to take things with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But.
That's a really good thing to say. Everything should be
Yeah.
taken with a grain of salt. But
Yeah, and you were mentioning how loud they were. So they were on our right side. On our
Right.
left side was Full Metal Combat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask.
So it's guys dressed up in full night gear,
Well,
like beating the hell out of
and
each
then
other with swords.
whoever was over there on the microphone, I was like, dude, take the microphone out of your mouth, because he was like,
Yeah.
It's a Full Metal Combat.
Yeah.
What you get him like, and you.
well, no,
like,
but I couldn't. You couldn't understand what he was saying.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then to their left was
Wrestling.
pro
Pro
wrestling.
Oh, I was
Right.
there. I was there for like so many matches. It was great.
Really?
I got into.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, and I'll find out who it was. I think it was like Mad Max or something like that. Somebody who was roughly around like my size and height and stature.
Oh, is they had midget wrestling? Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
We fit in. I'm standing by the side where like the wrestlers come through.
Yeah.
There's not like a designated pathway saying like a cordon off or anything like that.
No.
It's just like open area.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So when the first wrestler that pops up, I'm like, yeah, I'm like getting like really rowdy, getting excited, trying to route up the crowd. this guy goes, yeah, you're hyping up. I'm like, yeah, I'm hyping you up.
Yeah.
And he looked at me. He saw my shirt. It was like a Dungeons and Daddies podcast. And he said, he saw it quickly, and he said, you know what? Dungeons and Dragons for losers. And I was like, what?
Oh,
and
no,
I was like,
so-
what? And then he was like,
He
yeah,
got you.
Dungeons and Dragons, you could play over there, nerd. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, you
Okay.
know what? And I got into his face. And I started walking
Yeah.
up. I was like, you know what? You could play with this. And I pointed down there.
Nice.
And he was like, oh yeah. And then security started coming in. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm playing. I got you. I
Nerd
got
alert.
you. Yeah. So it was really fun. Yeah. They always do a really good show.
Well,
They
you
always
know,
put on
you know,
something
I
good.
do commentary for professional
I,
wrestling.
I'm very aware. Yeah.
Give it a plug, man.
Yeah.
Duke City Championship Wrestling out of Albuquerque. We are. You can watch us on YouTube. We are a territory of the National Wrestling Alliance.
Very cool.
Billy Corgan's the National Wrestling Alliance. So yeah, we just had a show Saturday. I was unable to be there because
No.
I was here in Comic Blizzard. But yeah, I and it's funny because like the wrestling over there. What was the wrestling called? Do you know?
Texas All Star.
Yeah. So I went over and I was talking to the merch guy and I was like, "Is the promoter here?" And he's like, "No, he'll be here tomorrow."
Okay.
And I was like, "Dang it!" And I meant to go talk to him because I was trying to get Ming involved.
Yeah, I've
yeah.
been known to,
Yeah.
especially at conventions, manage a wrestler for the day.
Yeah.
and that's a lot of fun. But
No,
usually
you've taken bumps.
I've taken bumps. Yeah, I mean a lot
yeah. I would love to take a bump. I was actually hoping that guy would actually like, I'm down to take a bump. Like, let's do it.
of you kind of have to set that up ahead of
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
just to reduce any kind of injury.
Well, and I don't know. And see, I don't know the rules here because Texas is different. So New Mexico,
Oh,
if
dude.
you're gonna take a bump, like we can't let Ming take bumps unless he comes in and does like a physical and he gets.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
sure-
yeah.
I'm
they
sure
have
it's the same
they
thing.
send in
Yeah.
a doctor that you have to get a
Actually,
blood
I
test.
don't.
You don't
I don't think Texas is like that.
As a Texan,
Yeah.
someone who was born in
Mm-hmm.
Texas, I'm not surprised.
Well, because we didn't have wrestling in New Mexico in New Mexico they treat wrestling as if it's like
Like a sport.
like UFC and
Sure. Oh,
and-
well, no,
yeah.
they should as they should because we know. Well, John Jones retired now, but like
Mm-hmm.
that's a huge fighting.
Well,
state.
no, but
yeah.
here's where I disagree with you.
Okay.
It's not UFC. It's not MMA. It's
Sure.
it's ballet.
Interesting.
You know, it's performance.
Okay. Oh, sure.
And-
Okay.
Yeah. And so therefore, we don't have. You know, we're not really busting each other in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
you
I
know?
meant in the sense of just like,
But
like being
Yeah.
physically aware and
Oh,
taking
no, no,
care
no.
of each other and stuff like that.
Right,
You know what I mean?
but like like you have to. Which I understand having an ambulance, but you have to pay for a doctor to be there.
Sure.
You have to pay for the athletic commission.
yeah.
You have to pay $300 for one of them just to be there, standing there,
Yep.
and then you have to pay like a $2,000 like license fee to the athletic commission. And it's like these, you're saying these people are like athletes, like you would say that like a ballet dancer is like,
Sure,
you know,
sure.
which they are, but like
Yeah, it's all physical
Yeah.
exertion,
and someone's like, well, the wrestler can hurt, so can the ballet dancer.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Are you implying ballet dancers don't have medics?
Not.
I mean, because we do.
Fair enough.
like on
but,
staff.
but they don't have the athletic commission there, and they're not
No, they
paying.
do. Okay, they don't have
Yeah.
those like
Yeah.
commission.
So
so
we-
we have to
so-
have a medic for our performances.
So it's like kind of a weird, corrupt thing, and it's so we didn't have wrestling in New Mexico for a while, so all the wrestlers in New Mexico would have to go to Texas
Oh,
because they don't have all that. Yeah.
You know what? Now that you're saying it, it makes
Yeah.
sense because I think it was the same thing with like, kind of on the stem of like the reason why MMA was sort of outlawed in New York for a long time was because
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
of the commission, the
Yes.
fighting commission over there was
Correct.
completely different.
Well,
it
it
wasn't
was-
structured.
Well, it was focused towards boxing,
Right. It was only boxing related.
and the boxing promoters kind of.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, using these kind of things, I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised that was kind of the case or whatever.
Yeah, and it's still that way. And see, that's the thing is like the MMA doesn't want wrestling to come in because that takes tickets away from the MMA. Is what they think. It's all bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't have to take a bump because you are
Yeah.
very injury prone.
Yeah.
Oh well,
And-
okay.
and I only mentioned this because a few years ago, they used to throw an after party at this place called Pitch 25.
Oh yeah.
Which was a-
dodgeball.
Yeah,
place.
so it was a sports bar, but they had an indoor soccer field kind of recessed down below. And so we'd go to the after party, we're drinking, we're eating, and a girl comes around with a clipboard, and she comes up to me and CJ Cullen. And she's like, hey, you guys signing up for tonight? I'm like, for what? They're like, oh, we do open dodgeball
Oh wow.
at 9 p.m. on every Friday. Or do you guys want in? And we look at each other like, hell yeah, we want in. Like, I haven't played dodgeball in 20 years, maybe 30. But this is our time to come back, man. It's our time to feel young. So we signed up. You needed 4 players, so we got Phil to come in. And we had some random guy.
You
who
guys with
didn't-
a coral sword, purple,
Yeah, the Coral Sword Marauders. Or,
Marauders,
yeah,
yeah,
or
That's actually
the,
pretty good.
Yeah.
purple
And,
dragons.
I like that.
And so they're like, hey, you guys are up. So we get down there, like, who are we playing? And in walk in these 20, like
They're all-
early 20. Yeah, no, they're jacked.
No, they were collegiate rugby players.
What?
They were
No, that it wasn't that one. It was
No,
they
it
were-
was the other one.
Yeah, well, I think they there was a group of collegiate rugby players, but we didn't have to play them.
Softball players.
Yeah, but with the team we like, they were young, they're fit, they were wearing polo shirts, and they worked. It looked like they worked out. But
Yeah.
the main point that they were much younger than us, more flexible, stronger, like clearly
Clearly, they
better,
could do this.
probably more athletic than us in every way. And we're like, oh crap. Well, while we're here,
We'll give it our best.
we'll make the
Yeah.
best of it. And it was best out of three
Really?
matches. So we start going, and we took every match. We played all three.
That's nuts.
No.
And we were like, yeah, it wasn't even best 2 out of 3. It was like we just took all 3 matches.
Did they have a point on their foreheads and everything?
Yeah, and so and
Yeah.
and like we were whipping the balls down. And they were like, they were like throwing real weakly, like to the point where it was moving so slow that it was impossible not to catch
it.
and
Yeah.
get them out. And so at the end, we're high fiving, and we're like, what just happened though? Like why? And we realized millennials, young kids, don't play dodgeball anymore. No, throwing balls as fast as you can at people's faces.
Yeah.
That's not woke, Smiley.
So for me, what happened was I
But-
went in with the mentality of like I need to win. and
Oh,
to
we all
win-
went all out.
to
Oh yeah,
win at all.
we
Like, all
played like
costs.
we were 12.
All of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute, guys. We got a chance at this. We could save the rec center.
Well, and we've all been
I used to work at the
traumatized
rec
'cause
center.
back in the day. We did play like the bigger kids would be whipping the dodgeballs, like
Yeah.
the red ones.
Yeah.
So we were traumatized. So like, this is our way. Of,
Dude.
Yeah.
we had flashbacks. We were getting them back as if we were getting redemption.
I got full on knocked out in the 7th grade
Nice.
by somebody that because I was aiming a certain way and I didn't see a guy come out of my blind side and just pop me right in the face with a little Takahara ball.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but in this process of all going out, I screwed up my knee for 6 months.
Jeez.
Phil got a whole chunk taken out of his calf.
Oh no!
It was
Like his
on the-
shin?
It was like the top of my shin.
Yeah, but it was literally a chunk. Like he's bleeding like profusely.
You shattered it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was real fun. Well, what it was obviously Texas is hot, Houston's hot. So I'm wearing shorts, not gonna wear pants.
Yeah, and it was AstroTurf.
It was AstroTurf in the little area. I ran, and I'm like, I gotta get this ball. I ran really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, did you
and
slide?
I slid
You
on my
slid.
knees.
On
and
your
I-
knees.
And I grabbed the ball.
You Springsteen on your
Oh,
knees.
listen, it was great. I whiffed
Yeah.
completely, missed the
Did
dude who
anybody-
I need to hit.
Did anyone film it though?
No.
That's the thing. No one. We've got like bits and pieces, but I'm
Yeah.
like, why didn't anyone film the whole
Yeah.
match?
You got to get that
Yeah,
real footage.
I think
Yeah.
they were so they wanted to live in the moment, actually watch us. That no one really.
Yeah,
filmed
they
it.
did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
like looking down at their phone. Yeah.
Cool.
Good job,
yeah,
guys.
You could do it, guys.
Good
and
job,
then when
guys.
they heard like, oh God, Phil, they're like, oh, and everyone's looking. I'm like, but it already happened.
Phil's bleeding.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like, not
we-
again.
We lived off that. We were telling tales. I went back
Yeah.
to Jersey about how we like.
Yeah, it was,
kicked
it was the
Texas's
first
ass.
night. So like, it was Friday night,
Yeah.
so that like set the mood,
tune,
the
yeah,
tune
until
for
we
the
were
weekend.
winners.
Yeah.
But then, so the next year we went back. They're like, "Hey, you're
We're
saying
champions.
dodgeball." We talked about it. Like, well, we're gonna sign up. We're gonna be awesome. We got our clocks cleaned,
Yeah, no,
man.
it wasn't.
And not only we all get injured again.
You guys rested on your laurels.
We did.
You went back to Jersey.
We
You told your
did.
tales.
Yeah.
But all in the meantime, they trained.
Yeah. We should have. The smarter move would have been retiring as champs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
Like one and
know,
doneing,
I
like,
know,
yeah.
but we thought we were high and mighty. But
Yeah.
I just remember the second time we met, how tired I was. Like after
Oh.
like literally like 15 seconds, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I've
gosh,
made a
yeah.
big mistake.
Yeah.
Screwed up my knee again.
You
like,
ran up, grabbed the ball, and then almost threw up from the
I-
exertion.
yeah, actually, yeah, and that one we got clocks clean, so we've retired
Yeah.
since then. And we haven't been
Wow.
back.
It's still fun.
Yeah,
Would definitely
but-
recommend.
Yeah, but I mean, we got 4 now, so if you ever want to go back, I wouldn't
Oh,
say
man.
no.
I'm a dodgeball veteran. I played in elementary school. So in elementary school, we were in the 7th grade, and we had to play against the 8th and 9th graders.
Mm-hmm.
And then our PE teacher was, it was his
Evil,
entertainment.
apparently.
Yeah. And so if you hid in the back,
Mm-hmm.
he would stop the game, and then
And force you out?
And then he would pick 3 people to throw against you as you stood against
That's
the
like
wall.
a firing squad.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
What an asshole.
Oh yeah.
What
Oh
a-
yeah, man.
Well,
I
what
saw
a-
this dude get hit in the stomach one time, and later on in the day, he pulled his shirt up, and it still had the little indentions from the
Oh,
Takahara ball.
the little like dimples and
Yeah.
shit.
So funny.
Yeah. Oh
That's
man.
awesome, man.
And like there was a dude in our PE class. He was in the 9th grade and he pitched. Oh my god! If he hit you, you know, ba-blunk, and you flipped like you're like down on the ground. So you fought for your life. in
Yeah.
That was the
class.
perfect sound effect, by the way.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he said it, I'm like, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
instant
You,
PTSD.
yes, you fought for your life. Like we were in the 7th grade fighting for our lives. We were trying to make it to lunch that day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
When you got to PE and the teacher was like, "We're
You
playing
get in-
dodgeball
you get in
today."
lunch and your kids are just smoking. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
guys. Like I was in the trenches,
So
y'all.
there was two different people. The teacher was like, "We're playing dodgeball today," and all the 7th graders were like, "Oh," and the 8th and 9th graders
Yeah.
like eyes lit up. They're all, "Yeah."
And you mean the survivors
now,
Yes.
of
now-
7th grade who
now-
went to 8th?
Yes. Now, when I get to 8th and 9th grade, they wouldn't let us have PE with the 7th graders, and I was like, "That's some bull."
No, man,
Yeah.
you were waiting for this moment.
I was
Took
like
it away from you.
I was at home like lifting weights.
Marking down the days on the calendar.
You're like Rocky IV. You're like lifting the rocks and like the wheelbarrow.
You're
You
the
help the
best.
guy
Yeah,
like
you were throwing bowling balls so you could get for like strength training. Yeah.
Just doing them back and
you
forth. with
taped
the
up
ball.
the group shot of the 7th grade on your mirror so you could hate it
And I
every
just
day.
ripped it
Yeah,
up.
ripped it off the
Like,
mirror.
where
Today's
are
my
you?
day.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Me,
We survived. Yeah.
This is kind of shifting gears back
Okay.
into Comic Palooza territory. What year is this for you?
This is number 11. My
Wow.
friend. 11 years
11
in a
years.
row they've invited me
That's
back.
pretty cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I have to thank them for bringing me back year after year.
Yeah.
I have to thank them for always hosting me, and it's always the greatest weekend ever, man. But the goal, every time we come, is to bring somebody new.
Well, yeah, and we brought Smiley.
We brought Smiley.
Well, and then
Congratulations.
at the end, like you and I went
This is
over.
a cult.
Yeah.
Might as well be. What are friendships?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
what's at the end?
Works for
And then
me.
you and I, like, at the end of the con, we went over to the social media room and we saw Carrie, and we were talking to him. I was like, "So do I get to come back next year?" And he goes, "Do you want to come back next year?" And I was like, "Well, yeah. Why would I not want to come back
Yeah.
next year?" You know. So I think we're coming back next
Yeah,
year.
I think we'll be back next year.
As someone who's done a few cons here and there,
Yes.
what is the precedence of having someone come back 11 times? Never mind 11 times.
Oh no, it never happens.
Okay.
It's very, very rare. It's very rare
I
that you get
figured.
invited twice in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
At most cons when it's switch up the guests.
I would say probably the other one that you get invited to every year is Albuquerque.
Yeah, yeah,
You've
yeah.
only
I've
missed
been
it
there.
like once.
Yeah, that's. I think they just forgot.
Well, I'm like, "Are you ready for January?" He's like, "They didn't invite me,"
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, "What?" So then I'm like, "Whoa!" So then they hit me up and they're like, "Hey, are you gonna come do panels with Ming?" And I was like, "Ming's not
on-
coming."
on the thing.
So then I would show up and then they're like, "Where's Ming at?" And I'm like, "You guys didn't invite him."
Yeah, like the people who ran the con were like, "Where's
Yeah.
Ming?" Like, yeah, I was like,
Like
"Wait,
they were just like
running on assumptions.
whoever actually did the logistics like quit or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was what it was that thing at work where they're like, someone's like, "Well, why don't we have the blah blah blah?" And everybody's like, "Sally quit. Sally did that. She's the one who always did
Yeah,
that."
it was a reverse Milton from
Yeah.
Office Space. Where
Yeah.
instead of forgetting that I was already there, like they
Yeah.
just, I think someone just forgot to invite me.
yeah.
I should have said something, but I was like, oh, okay, well maybe that's cool.
Right.
I don't need to, if it's
But then you had a champion there who was me, and I was
Mhm.
like, "You guys didn't get him here, and therefore he's not here. That's where he is. He's
Yeah,
in
so-
New Jersey."
yeah. So I'm back. I actually got invited back, like actually last night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. That's really
Yeah.
funny.
Well, you
Yeah.
did January, and now you're doing October. So this will be your second year, or second time this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah,
hold
well,
on. They're doing-
October's-
they do two cons.
This
They
is
do-
the October will be the 3rd. So we
What?
do. So January was Albuquerque. Next weekend is Duke City, which is also in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And in October is Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So it's
Yeah.
it's different promotions.
Right. Different
No,
city.
it's the same promoter.
Same promoter.
Yeah.
Sick. Man, they got it good.
yeah. No, he
Very
runs
smart.
he runs a great
Very
show.
smart. Nice.
Runs
Nice.
a great show, and yeah, I mean they haven't announced this yet, so I'm hoping this isn't like the Dr. Dre Apple Music thing
Ooh.
where he lost $1 billion by saying it too early. But if you're in Santa Fe,
gonna
October
look.
24th to 26th, you might be seeing not only me but Chris Burnett as well.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
I'll be handling people.
The,
Yeah.
oh,
Now this isn't as exciting as
No, I'm
like,
gonna be a handler
oh, okay.
for somebody.
yeah, this isn't as
I'm so sorry for that person.
Yeah, Yeah,
It's
so,
been mean.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
I've been his handler a
yeah,
couple times.
yeah.
I'll be all, Mr. Chen, we have to go, and he's like talking to people. He's like, oh, all right, yeah, sorry guys, I have a thing. No,
Yeah, but thank you to JJ Shaw and Sarah Boston and everybody over at Compalooza
Yeah.
for always making sure I come back every year.
right?
So
No, it's been great. I think as someone I haven't done all 11 years with you, but I've done a really good chunk of those years,
Yeah. No
kidding.
considering how many Coral Sword has been around for.
yeah.
Why doesn't Coral Sword do a thing there, like a booth or?
It's hard to logistically, in the sense of like what would our booth really be about?
Yeah, there are two reasons. Like, you see that, like, we're here already. Like, you
Yeah.
could just come here
Yeah.
and get a
Do you
an
get any of that
experience.
wash off of it though?
Oh yeah, well, that's the second reason why I want to do it, because I just tell everyone about it.
Yeah.
Like, I am the Coral Sword booth.
Yeah.
I got
Like,
you.
they know that people come over.
Yeah.
They'll either be like, hey,
Oh, that's right. That's why
That's
you have all
literally-
that
that's-
Coral Sword stuff at your. No, you don't.
usually I do. I usually and
This
years,
year fell off, but yeah, he used to
in
have like a
years
whole bunch of
past,
stuff.
I would put up a big
Well,
banner. we would hand out free drink cards.
He didn't even know if he was going to have a booth. You were not.
I mean, it's
when,
always.
When
don't
did you
know-
find out? Yeah.
No, I got before my friend. He always wears my banner as like a sash. He wraps himself
Oh,
in, and then
yeah.
he takes a picture with it. My friend Bo Toops,
Yeah.
and he took that picture. I was like, okay, cool. That means I have a booth. So
Oh,
you
okay.
never assume.
No,
you
no,
never
no,
assume.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Because you came as a podcaster this year.
yeah,
That's
I've
usually
been
how he
doing
is.
the podcast the last 3 or 4
Yeah.
years.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
it's their way to bring me back.
You're like
every
the
year.
poster child of it.
I mean, I'm one of when you think of Houston podcasting.
No,
like,
I like on the site. Literally, it said podcaster. It had your picture.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, which is cool. So
No, yeah.
I think they try to use Ming in like inventive ways.
A lot of people
to,
like to use them. You know.
to champion
Yeah,
like
sure,
like
yeah.
he was the person who started like the cosplay event,
Oh,
like doing
really?
everything a few years ago. He like hosting it wise.
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, all right.
He tuned it down from like a 3-hour extravaganza.
to like 2, I
Yeah.
cut off an hour.
Oh, thank
yeah,
God,
just-
yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of people like to use Ming. I don't
Cosplay
think,
is great.
I don't
but,
think you
know.
guys can watch those videos here though. It's blocked for you guys.
I noticed you had a co-host this year. Who was that?
Yeah, who was that?
Yeah, so that started last year. There's a guy
okay.
named goes by the name Combo Panda. He's a big content creator, and
Oh.
I imagine I don't know his exact numbers, but he's one of those like million
Okay.
subscriber YouTube guys. I believe he's local. He's younger and has more energy than me.
I caught the intro, and I was
Yeah.
like, you guys were both being dynamic on stage.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, wow.
We work well with each other. But in I think 3 years before that, it was just me.
Yeah.
And there were like total like around 90 entries
See,
to the cosplay
yeah,
contest.
that's crazy.
So and I'm pretty energetic. So I'm yelling.
How many entries?
Like about 90.
Yeah.
There's
roughly.
a lot of people in the audience.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's full. It's packed.
Oh yeah, Smiley and I walked in for like 3 seconds,
Yeah.
and I went, yeah, no.
Yeah. It's
I'm
one
good.
of the best cosplay contests
Yeah.
like in the U.S. So
The prices kept getting like more and more
Yeah, dude, cash prizes. Yeah. No,
extravagant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like every top category gets usually they get $500.
Wow.
And there are like
Nice.
there's like novice, journeyman, masters, and there's best group,
Best skit.
and
Yeah,
best
yeah.
skit. Yeah, so that's
There's a lot of
There's all those. Then there's you tried. Thank you.
yeah.
yeah.
Like, good job, guys.
Yeah, not gonna cosplay here
Not
anymore.
gonna cosplay
award,
anymore, yeah.
award. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's not. Everyone who walks up on that stage is a winner. So
Nice.
and since I've been doing it for a few years, yeah, we've got the whole process streamlined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so my question for this then is like you were talking about, what's his name? Panda? What is it?
Combo Panda.
Combo Panda. So like I've started to notice this. Like there's starting to be, as Comic-Cons, like as the years go on, trends shift. You no longer see the Lord of the Rings. You no longer see
Sure.
as much. You no longer see the Harry Potter as much.
Right,
But like,
Deadpool,
a lot-
Harley Quinn, sure.
Right. A lot
sure.
of more anime, a lot more, whatever. But like I'm starting to notice like the YouTubers slowly coming in. Is that a thing
Oh, yeah.
across,
Oh, yeah.
across
Well,
everywhere? Yeah.
I feel like that's always been a thing.
I mean,
Nah, like it was.
your goal for a con is
Yeah.
to bring in people
You're
who,
right.
are
It's
who
actually quickly now.
Yeah.
I'm
It's not
sorry. Do you mean in the
slow.
sense of like asking creators to come in as talent?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, and
We did one in El Paso, and like we had to do all the panels, and the big headliner was the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
It was Mike Coulter, Luke Cage.
Yeah,
it
Sean
was
Gunn.
Sean Gunn
Yeah,
and
Sean Gunn,
and
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio, right? And you're thinking like, oh, this is going to be the big one. And it was big. Like, the crowd was big.
Sure.
And then maybe second, but maybe just as much, a YouTuber had
Yeah.
a crowd as big.
So like
As,
next to Ming's booth,
Right.
there was Devil Artemis.
Well, his banner was there.
Right. I didn't see him there, but I know
He-
he's a pretty big YouTube
Right.
creator. He's
Oh,
a
he-
huge YouTube
He
creator.
came over for like an hour.
Oh, wow.
His line like cockblocked my line like
Immediately.
I was like, dang it.
Immediately, right? And there was this port. So he was there for like an hour and 10 minutes the whole weekend that I saw.
Yeah.
But 1 hour one day, 10 minutes the next day. So he's there for the hour, and in that hour, his line quickly, it's so fast that I looked at Ming and I was like, who's that? And he goes, YouTuber, and I went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, he was there for the hour. I don't think he ever charged anything. He
No.
just signed everything, walks off. So then, like 2 hours later, this poor girl comes up with her pop, what are those things? Funko Pops. And she's like, and she looks at me and she goes, have you seen him? I was like, he's been here for like 1 hour
He left.
the whole time. And she's like, she does this. She goes, all right, and
Wow.
leaves. And then the next day, he comes back. He's there like 10 minutes, and like he comes over, and like a couple people come up, he signs, and then he bolts off. Hour later, same girl comes
No.
up. She goes,
No.
have you seen him today? And I go, he was here for like 10 minutes. And
And he
she goes, yeah. And then she goes, and then she goes, well, and she's holding the thing up. She goes, he's got a panel a little while. Just go hit him there. And I look at her and I go, yeah, I'm sure he'll, he seemed like he wasn't charging
No,
anyone,
yep.
you know? But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That was all he ever was there.
Yeah.
That one was one that I'm aware of. That's
Yeah.
pretty big.
What
And
does
then
he do?
He makes like fighting animation,
Oh,
like Dragon
okay.
Ball Z. If you're
Oh,
familiar.
okay. Yeah. Okay, that.
But like with pop cultural
Oh,
references.
wait. Does he do it for video games?
No.
Oh.
Like I think he uses Blender in order to make these fights. I'm not exactly sure what software he uses.
But he makes it look like a video game.
Yeah,
No?
kind of.
Okay.
He plays
I-
he plays a character in Dragon Ball Z. I think it's Cell.
Oh.
He's a big green dude.
Yeah.
And like there's usually a flavor of the week, kind of like Kermit the Frog will pop up and
Yeah.
like try to like fight him or
Yes.
whatever. And it's like a comic like little skit that goes off into it.
I have seen this.
It's cool. It's cute.
Yeah.
Kids love it.
Kids love
Yeah.
it.
Kids love it, man.
Next to them was another YouTuber, YouTube
Oh, it's
channel.
something fight.
Yeah.
Something or death fight.
Death Battle.
Death battle.
Death
Yeah.
Battle has been around for
Yep.
a long time. They were around with like Rooster Teeth and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what someone was telling me yesterday.
Yeah, so they're a huge thing.
Yeah. Well, the dude from El Paso was Brandon Rogers. Do you know that guy?
No.
He's got weird because he's got like 7.7 million subscribers on YouTube.
Sure.
I was
Yeah.
like, Jesus. Yeah. And he does like skits.
Okay.
Like short form skits.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he was like, honestly, when I had nothing. I had no idea who he was. He comes in and he was one of those guys that took control and
Yeah.
He was incredibly entertaining.
incredibly entertaining.
Nice.
Yeah.
He was jumping over
Yeah.
chairs, hopping up behind people. Oh, then you have a question now.
Yeah.
He was,
Okay.
like, all over
But
the
very,
place.
but very like X-rated, and
Sure.
And there was
Oh, wow.
yeah, and there was a lot of kids in that
Yeah,
room, and I was
yeah,
like, but the parents were with them, and I'm like, all right, if you guys let your kids watch it, I don't care. you know?
That's El Paso.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
we're good.
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess to your point
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
there's those are like
it's
the up and
coming,
coming
like it's,
talent.
it's coming. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
but
was like,
mean,
uh-oh.
I mean, you can kind of relate. I mean, all content
Yeah.
is created by individuals now.
Sure,
like you don't
for
need
sure.
studios and networks, and
Eh,
that's why Hollywood's in
yeah.
the toilet right now. Actually, it's
and-
one of the reasons.
Right. And I asked that question to him when I moderated his panel. I was like, how fast do you, or when do you think that Hollywood
Oh, yeah.
will get eclipsed by content creators? And he literally said, well, don't you think it's already happened? And I was like, well, I
Yeah.
mean, technically,
You're proof positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Your line's longer than Kingpin's over there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
That's funny.
It was something else. It was impressive. You
Yeah,
know?
oh, yeah.
Oh, and then Brent Spiner was next, and like Brent Spiner had to come up. Data from Star Trek has to come up on stage with me while half of the audience is leaving.
Leaving.
And he's like, "Oh, where's everyone going?" And I'm like,
crazy.
"Well, you're not on YouTube, Brent."
half the audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
3/4 of the audience.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely not
Yeah.
even a trend. It's happening already.
happening,
Where,
yeah,
yeah.
we're just witnesses.
Yes.
What's up for the rest of the time? You guys are here. You guys are leaving today.
Yeah, we're gonna go eat, and then we're gonna go to Meow Wolf Houston, and then we're gonna head out and try to get back to Albuquerque tomorrow.
Yeah, here's the cool part about Melville, Houston. Just opened about 6 months ago, maybe
Yeah.
8 months
Okay.
ago.
It's the newest one. right?
However, one of the cast members in the setup at Melville Houston,
Yeah.
is our friend Sarah Kennedy, who is from
Right.
former resident of Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Very good friend of all of
Very
ours.
good friend.
And you guys haven't seen her
Nope.
in her glory at Male Wolf.
I have not seen the installation part.
No.
I
Okay.
saw it and it made me so happy to like see someone I knew like in who got
Yeah.
sucked up by sucked up by another dimension. And I love the theme at Male Wolf. Houston's about a radio station that gets transported into another dimension.
Oh,
and-
really?
and weird
Okay.
stuff happens.
All right.
So there's like old radio stuff. It's kind of like a podcast, basically. It's a podcast that so it made that's our world right there.
Yeah, so
it's really
I
cool.
think we're gonna bounce out here in a little while, go eat, and then head over there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But we got a lot done this weekend, my friend. I mean, the goal is to always bring somebody new
Yeah.
here, because what always happens is we go back home, we start talking nonstop for
Yeah.
a year about how great Houston is, how great
Well,
Tom Cruise is,
and I think
and
we
people
did.
here are like, oh, we want to go next year. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
come.
We got to go. We got to
Uh,
bring you in.
or in some
Well-
cases, we have to pull teeth to get people to come. We've talked about for 3 or 4 years before they actually come.
Who do we need to get? We can't get from Jersey because they don't fly.
Oh well, that's Walt.
Okay.
Walt's
Walt then.
Walt's not coming
Yeah,
here.
yeah. No.
But no,
Really?
that was Chris. I told
Yeah.
him I kept incessantly
Yeah.
telling him how great Houston was. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
Houston.
Oh, and someone asked me that. They're like, "How did you
Houston.
find out about this?" I was like, "Ming Chen." He said you had to come. Well, and it's crazy because I came 2 years ago, and there's nowhere this weekend we went. We went to every single place we went to last time.
Yeah, and then we added more.
I mean, I had more. Not so.
Not so.
Not so.
Not
Not
so-
so.
not
Houston
so-
backwards.
Yeah, Houston Magnet is the most incredible bar I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my entire life.
dope as shit.
That's
right?
always changing.
Yeah.
It's been around. For,
It's like the
for
Meow Wolf
like-
bar.
yeah. It's been around for like 50
Yeah.
years, I think, or something like that.
50?
Like the establishment has been there for like a long time,
Oh.
and you could pretty much tell.
Yeah.
But like, there's like the people who like live up there because there's like
Yeah,
apartments.
there's an apartment.
They're all eclectic artists. They will do like new things. So like every room that you guys probably went into,
Yeah.
it will change within a few weeks.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was a recording studio in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
unbelievable. I can't even I don't even know if we can talk about it because as we talk about it, it's not going to sound like how cool it is.
It's it's
3 levels.
something that has to be experienced.
Three-level
that seems
experience.
cliche. That seems
Yeah.
very cliche or almost non-answer esque. But like,
Yeah.
I know you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you know what I know.
Yeah.
You have to get there and see it because it's something that even pictures or even just talking about it doesn't really do really
that
good justice.
dome, like that dome,
The sound dome, yeah.
the sound dome, where you could like be on one side and talk
Yeah,
talk to someone on
and,
the other
like,
side.
whisper like this.
Yeah.
You can kind of hear them from
Yes.
there.
Or if
Yes.
you stand in the middle, it sounds like you're on a speaker blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, I think there was a like burlesque show that was there the other night or something like that. Yeah, you guys missed out apparently.
But
yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I had to take you over there. I only found out about it last year too.
Wow.
All the time.
Yeah, I was kind of upset. I was like, "Oh yeah, we got to go here." And like right next to it's Clark's.
Yeah, Dean's.
Dean's.
They're cool bars
Billy's.
downtown.
Yeah,
JoJo's.
Yeah, all one namers.
Yeah, Little Dipper's cool.
Lil,
yeah,
Lil, Lil Dreamer's place.
yeah. Usually we don't head downtown a lot. It's kind of chaotic down there, but
Yeah. It seemed
it's,
like
But,
it's
uh,
definitely changed a lot though, in
Like-
a good way.
so. Like Phil, you have to when you're traveling with Smiley, you don't want it to be too chaotic. You lose you lose him. He just
Yeah.
gets lost.
Oh,
Lose them a lot.
are you a person who just kind of like goes on your own escapade, which is
No,
fine
they
because I
lose
am.
me. I don't know what the hell.
no
I know what
way,
you mean.
man.
No way.
We look back and you're gone.
Gone.
No, yeah. All you gotta do is
because you
we-
like ran across a red light.
No,
I'm like,
no.
Smiley should come across with us.
They're
I'm
literally
like,
walking
I'm
down
gonna
a
avoid that
sidewalk.
I'm with Ming on this.
Yeah.
Smiley always he'll be walking on the street and he'll be like this, and then he'll go like this, and then
Because
stop,
there's a red light.
take his backpack off, and all of a sudden he's like digging in his backpack and he's like pulling out his chapstick, and then like
because I can't cross the street
we're
because
like-
of the
We're,
traffic.
we're on a sidewalk. There's no street. But we somehow like we're smiling. I don't know.
every time.
I don't know.
And it got to the point where like everyone was just like, wait, Smiley's gone.
Yeah.
You guys got anything coming up when you guys get back?
That's a good question. Duke City next week. Duke City Comic Con.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
doing
we do.
panels?
I have been told I have.
You're doing panels. Yes.
Yeah.
You're probably doing all the panels.
What's the lineup there?
Andy Serkis is the big one I know.
Oh wow,
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very
cool,
nice.
really cool guy.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Someone
Good
asked.
guy.
I think they asked me, but I don't know if I'm for sure slated for that because everybody.
I
'cause-
will assume. I would
Yeah.
assume that you're doing.
well,
that one.
everyone now it's cool to do panels. Back in the day when I started, like they couldn't get anyone to do it. Now
Really?
everybody's
Wow.
like, I can go be seen in front of a lot of people. I'll go jump on that.
I
you
could
know?
get some clout.
all the comedians want to do it.
Yeah.
All the radio guys want to do it. It's
Yeah, I saw a
like-
lot of radio people here
Yeah.
for Compalooza.
And they come in and they're all, hey, how's it going, Comic Palooza?
Yeah, bing bong, 10 o'clock, 10
Yeah.
past the hour.
Yeah.
Welcome to Duke City Comic Con.
But it's like the people who have like real passion for the people,
Right.
like let's get to nuanced questions, not like the ask surface level low hanging
Right.
fruit kind of questions.
How do you feel about Houston? Have you gone to this place? Have you had this food? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I know. No, it's very
Right.
much that. But
Yeah.
you know, that should be cool. Asking Andy some stuff if you get a chance to do that. That'd be really
Sure.
good.
Oh yeah. Well, and in January, like it was funny. I wasn't even slated. I ended up doing more panels than anybody, like because I only signed up for one, and people like they look at the paper and they go,
Oh, this
I
is
want to
the
do that one, and then they sign up for it, and then all of a sudden they're not there.
yeah,
You know, they chicken out. So I ended up doing like the Lord of the Rings one. It was Elijah
that,
Wood. And
that
Sean
happens a
Astin
lot
and-
where
That's funny.
Yeah.
the people start dropping out.
Yep.
'Cause, they get
Yep.
cold feet,
Yep.
or sometimes they add people to the panels. Like, oh, I wasn't prepared for that. Oh, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah,
That's happened
But
a few
like,
times.
I don't even know who these people
Yeah,
are.
it's like, all right,
I don't
wait.
even watch it.
Bye.
Yeah.
someone will do it. Someone will
Yeah.
die to do that. It's funny.
So I ended
Yeah.
up saving them pretty
Yeah.
good in January.
Yeah.
funny.
Although yesterday, so you were slated to moderate a
Oh,
panel.
that's right. Yeah.
oh, what?
And
Spike Spencer. Yeah.
Yeah, Spike Spencer, who was on Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah.
Okay.
And which Chris is clearly a huge fan of, but so he had to prepare.
Yeah. So I prepared for it.
He,
So
he watched all 720 episodes
Yep.
in
Oh.
English and Japanese. He
Yes.
learned Japanese
I learned Japanese
to get a better feeling for his character.
I
what
had
he went
someone
through.
animate me.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So, you're prepared, and I saw you in the meeting room. You're kind of getting prepared. You're
So,
getting into your space.
I was getting in my space. So I go in the meeting room and I'm talking to Norma, the lady who like runs it, and she starts asking me stuff. Like she's like, "So how long have you ever done panel?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've done a long time." Then she's like, "How did you get in?" She's the one who's like, "How did you find out about it?" I'm like, "Ming." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm telling her how tired I am because I've been up till 4 a.m. both nights, and she's just like looking at me like I'm an idiot, like I'm crazy. So then I was like, yeah, and the thing that makes it really, really interesting is like Ming will be like, "Oh, you're doing this panel? Don't fuck it up." And so she's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." So
on cue.
So then all of a sudden he walks in the room. He's like, "Hey, are you ready to do this panel? You better not fuck it up."
on
And she-
cue. It was
and
on
she,
cue.
She
Perfect.
starts laughing. She's like,
Yeah.
"He said you would say
Perfect.
Yeah.
that."
She was like, "Did you guys
Perfect.
plan this?" Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just kind of life.
Yeah.
Kind of life.
So then they're like, "All right," and so they're like, "We're ready to take you back," and which I always love is like, man,
yeah, you got to escort
I
to
got
the
an
room
escort
and
to the
everything.
room. Yeah,
and
so
the-
they walked me.
Yeah, and I had never been in that panel room before. Like
Yeah.
usually the ones we have, they have the table, like
Mhm.
maybe 2 microphones
Right.
for each person.
S-
But this one had the whole full-on video
Yeah.
screens.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it
It
was
had a backstage.
yeah
area.
backdrops,
it
yeah,
had- it
backstage
had
area.
food,
with
it
the
had food in the back,
Yeah, I
yeah.
didn't even know that existed.
So they walk me over there, and I'm talking to the stage guy. He's like, "What kind of media are you going to need to put up on the screens?" I'm like, "None." And he goes, "Oh, okay. We'll just do the logo." And and we're getting ready, and I'm looking through the curtain. There's like 6 people, and I'm like, because this is like the very last thing.
Oh,
It's the last
Yeah,
panel
last panel.
of the con.
Like last panel, last
And
day.
all of a sudden, Spike Spencer comes walking in. He's like, "Hey, everybody!" And the guy's like, "I'm the stage manager." And he's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And he goes, "This is your moderator." And he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And he goes, "Do we have anyone to moderate too?" And he like walks over to the curtain and he goes, "I don't need a moderator. I got this."
Okay.
He goes, "I just like to walk and talk." And he just bolts up there, grabs the microphone. He's like, "Hey, everybody!" And in the
He
crowd,
just started.
yeah.
and it just started.
yeah.
And
Meanwhile, I came because I knew it was going to be kind of
Yeah.
a light crowd, so I come support first of
Yeah,
all, but also
sure.
be a seat filler, so it
So
looked
then,
fuller.
so then the
So
guy.
my other one, I was like, "Wait, where's
Yeah.
Chris? What's going on?"
Mhm.
Oh, maybe he's going to introduce them.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like a bit he does
Yeah.
beforehand, and a minute goes by,
Yeah.
2 minutes go by. It's like,
Oh,
he,
no.
what? Oh, okay. I guess he didn't need him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I felt bad.
Yeah.
But then it's like, it's a light crowd. It's like, all right, how do I get out? How do I exit gracefully now?
Oh yeah.
And so I pretended I was on the social media team. I was
Oh,
taking
yeah.
pictures.
Good.
Click. I walked to the left. Click, and then I walked out the door.
Oh, I
on
didn't
the
know you did
left.
all that.
Very smart.
I didn't
That's
think of
so
that.
smart.
So then, so
I
I'm
slipped out.
So I'm standing there with this guy who I've kind of been talking to for like 10 minutes, the stage guy, and I'm like, "Oh, And he's like, well, feel free to go in and sit in the audience. And I was like, oh, do I have to? And he's like, no. I was like, all right, well, I'll see you later.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
really
and I
funny.
caught you on the way out, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
What happened?
What happened? He's like, I got fired.
I got fired right away.
No, I got fired from my volunteer job.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Well, luckily, Chris got me my out too because
Yeah.
I was sitting right in the front row.
Yeah.
and it was very obvious. I had just gotten like a text, and I was like, I
Oh,
gotta
you
go.
pretended like
You got.
like,
You should have done the thing. You should have went, oh.
No, it was that. I was like, he's all,
My baby did what?
I know you pretended your wife had just given birth and you had to get out of there. She was in
it's
labor.
just Chris
Yeah.
all meet back at the booth. They don't need us.
Yeah. they don't
Yeah,
do
I mean, at least he was nice about it because
Yeah.
I was at a con with William Shatner and I met the moderator. He had
Oh, yeah.
prepared for like a month. He
Oh,
was,
wow.
He was real nervous,
Dummy.
and I saw him pacing around. I was like, no, man, you got this, you got this. William Shatner comes, I was like, yeah, I'll be your moderator. And William Shatner looks at him and he's like, listen, I haven't had my hand held since I was 3 years old. I don't need my hand held right now. I won't be needing you.
Well, see, and that's
And
the
he
thing.
walked up, and the guy was so crestfallen. I felt so bad
Sure.
for him.
Sure.
Yeah.
And listen, he could have been like, "Oh, I'm good by myself. Thank you, though." Could have
Yeah.
been gracious about it, but he had to say it like that.
You know, and that's the life of a moderator, right? Because like you don't want to underprepare and not. I mean, clearly that was over preparing that guy did, but like you don't want to
not an
underprepare
acting
because then you walk in and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this person that I don't know of has an audience of like 300 people. You're like, oh
Sure.
shit,
Sure.
you know, because that happens. You're like, oh, just because I don't know who you are
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
mean a lot
so
of
that
people don't.
Neon Genesis Eva Gillian.
Eva-
So,
Eva
what-
Gillian. How do you feel about
Ivan
Yeah.
Galzian.
Yeah.
Shanji?
Yeah, Shanji
Yeah, so
Ikara.
Yeah.
so what's that all about?
Yeah.
Like,
That was the first thing he said. His first thing was to correct one of the audience members on
Yep,
how to say
yep,
it.
yeah, it was the first thing.
Very
Yeah,
first thing
Yeah.
is all.
yeah. But
I'm
that's
like-
the first thing I
Yeah,
told him.
yeah.
Like, dude, you better not fuck up the.
Well, my friend used to
pronunciation.
watch it, so I knew.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
because he would
perfect.
correct me. So and so then I would pronounce it wrong on purpose.
Right.
You know, so as one does. But it's like, so you're in cartoons.
Yeah.
How's that?
Wow.
How's this Japanese animation treating you? Do
Yeah.
you think this Japanese animation is gonna blow up anytime soon?
Yeah, or even where it's like, so Japanime, huh? Pretty good.
Oh,
Japanime.
Japanime.
Good shit, huh? Yeah,
So,
Japanime.
but well, I was going to ask him. I'd be like, man, did you ever think in the '90s when you started doing this that it would be as big as it is? Because
See,
that is a thing.
That's
you know?
that's a huge question.
That's what I was going to ask. him, yeah.
I went to Hayden Christensen's panel.
Yeah.
That was on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think it was on Saturday. Great. It was fine. A lot of people there.
I wonder if he tipped his moderator.
So,
Inside joke.
Sure,
nothing
I'm
against the
I bet he
moderator.
did. I'm sure he did.
Nothing against the moderator.
Yeah.
But he was asking questions that were already asked before. You know,
Of course he was. Yeah.
kind of like get in a conversation. Don't just like shoot questions like just
Right.
randomly willy nilly because that's what the people in the audience are going to do.
Yep. Yeah. Try not to ask what they're going to ask.
Yeah.
Well, and Ming may have a different philosophy about moderating panels. My philosophy is kind of to prime not only the guest but the audience to
Educate.
And then if you're going to be a moderator for panels and you go up there and you try to like showcase yourself, then you should not be up there to do that.
Happens all the time too.
It does. And the thing is you need to go up. Your goal is to go up there and start and grease it and then get out of the way, because everyone is there to see that.
They want to hear the
person.
talent, not
They
you.
they're here. They paid to see the talent. They didn't pay to see Rick from 103.3 The Edge. And it's like if you can blend in and just like fall to the backside, and then as soon as it lulls.
I'm back in.
Push it a little more. That's your goal. Like
Yeah.
that's your job.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's a delicate
Yeah.
fine art.
Yeah.
Some people got it. Some people don't.
Right.
So-
or like if sometimes like they'll talk about something and they'll get sidetracked, and sometimes you can pull it back to that original thing because there's something still in that, But that's what we do in podcasting.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wow. We know how to talk to people because we know
Yeah.
how to talk.
Right.
Well, go figure. So Smiley, we hit a lot of places. Like probably 10, 12. I lost count.
and
Did you have a favorite moment? Favorite
Favorite
place?
place?
Oh, good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the 3-story fiasco where I was taking pictures with crazy-eyed mannequins, and there was a 2-seater
Oh, Natsu.
Natsu, yeah.
the
smoking jam outside.
Yes.
where I was
smoking. Not even a deck or a balcony. It's
Oh.
just it's a ledge. I
Oh,
guess,
like
right?
there's
Yeah.
like a window open with a little plastic, like a little.
And-
yeah.
What I love about
We
that is
smoke there all the time.
only 2 people can really smoke there.
Yeah.
So you kind of should be like aware of that,
Yeah.
and let other people.
No.
Smiley didn't. He just like kept going, and people are like lining up behind him. So
I
we're
had one cigarette.
no. Did we were watching him humming.
How busy was the outside? Like when you come
packed.
up. Okay.
Oh, it's packed
okay.
up there. Oh yeah, for
right.
sure.
We were watching him because
Apparently, everyone was just watching me. That
they
was
were.
Oh, yeah.
They were
pastime.
so enamored by Smiley. Everyone
Nice.
in
Nice.
in our group.
That's really funny.
And then literally they're like, okay, let's see if when he gets done smoking, if he even notices us over here, or if he just walks past us.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
almost did.
That's really funny.
yeah.
You're good.
You're
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
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 you're good.
yeah.
You're good. You can cross.
In
fast,
case
yeah.
anybody watching doesn't know, we're doing this live at Coral Sword.
Yes. Yes. 1318 Telephone Road.
At a
Here in
coffee.
Houston, Texas.
Yeah, you could be here streaming with us if you wanted to.
I'm walking on by saying hello.
Or if you need Match of the Gathering Final Fantasy booster packs, you can get those here as well.
Anytime.
Or
Oh, yeah.
Match of the Gathering tournaments nightly, or if you just want to come play with their friends.
Yeah, and
Dungeons
Ming is always here. He stands out front. He dances as you come in.
Basically. Yeah, so real quick, Smiley Zero, all the places we hit. Eighth Wonder Brewing.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Got some rocket fuel there. We hit the Compalooza Friday night after party.
Yep.
Which is good.
Did that. Went over to Poison Girl.
Oh yeah, that
Uh,
sounds
oh,
awesome.
hold on. Slow down. So we go to the after party, right?
On Friday night.
Yeah, and we go to there's a VIP area, and Ming and Junior
Yeah.
head for the
Okay.
head for the VIP area. So of course I stick behind him, and like right away they look at Ming's badge and they're like, "Well, you're not VIP."
Yeah, my badge says talent on it. So
It says talent. And he
it-
goes, "Yeah, I'm one of the guests."
it's basically the second most powerful badge in the entire convention.
So then finally they're like, "Okay." And then I walk up and she looks at me and I go, "I'm with them," and she goes, "Oh, all right." Like doesn't even care. Like,
yeah, you know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Because you're white. Because you're white. That's it.
Okay.
She gave me so much crap
she did.
the whole time too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I went back and forth there like 10 times. Every time. So I need
And then they weren't gonna let him in because
Yeah.
of course he's way behind us because he got stuck somewhere.
I was really
course.
gonna hope that someone just saw Smiley and like, oh, right this way, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Oh,
like
no,
the
no.
door's just open for
No.
you.
no, she
Yeah.
would not let me in until it actually clipped.
Yeah, well, he was outside the,
The
ropes, and I was like,
badge.
wait.
Oh, I see.
I was like, wait, I have an
Onto me.
extra talent badge.
Yeah.
So I showed it to her.
So
I was like,
right-
he's with me. She's like, no, he's got to have it. I'm
so
like,
he had to hand it to him over
yeah.
the
And she
rope.
still
Shut the
wouldn't.
hell up.
She
Are you
still
serious?
wouldn't let him in. She's like, you have to clip it onto your lanyard.
I had to clip it onto my lanyard,
and he
before she let
did,
me in. I
and
was
then
like,
so he
Classic.
did, and he let her in. But as when we were leaving, she's like, "You better give that back to him."
And then
like,
and
I'm
then
like, "Who cares?"
and when I want to tell people, all of this is so that we can literally be on one side of the rope. There is
Yeah.
no difference.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, no.
Yeah, there was no wall.
It's,
it wasn't
literally
a room.
it's literally the same floor space as
Yeah.
everything. It's just like a cordoned off little small
Right.
area with like better, fancier seats and
Yep.
someone serving you liquor more
It's a
exclusively.
private bar. Yeah,
I mean, I preferred it.
Sure, 100%. But like, it's not like
Whatever.
anything too crazily different or anything like that.
No,
Yeah.
no.
yeah. Well, in the past, we would go back there because they had a seltzer sponsor,
Yeah.
Neutrum, and if you had a talent badge, you get free Neutrums.
Oh,
I'm
got
like,
it.
well, why
yeah.
not?
Oh, I think that's right. I was with you when
Yeah,
you did that.
yeah, they didn't have that anymore. It's like, dang it. So
Yeah.
we'd pay for alcohol.
And then there was the guy who was an amazing break dancer, and he also had an ankle brace.
yeah, yeah,
That was amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
By the way,
Do you think he
That's funny.
left house arrest to come party? He's like, oh.
he's
oh.
like, you know what? I ain't missing Comic Palooza.
Nope.
I gotta. It's my time to shine.
They'll take me. I'll go in tomorrow, but tonight's
oh,
but
and he
tonight's
ran.
tonight.
He ran out of there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
He's
'cause
all, let
I-
me break it down,
Yeah,
and he's
'cause,
like, boom.
Oh, he left.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
oh crap! I need to go back before the sensor goes
It
off.
started beeping.
Because I've never had an ankle monitor.
No.
I'm not familiar with these. Like, isn't there like
Ankle
I don't know,
monitor. That's
Usually, it's confined to your house, right?
right.
I think there's
Okay.
like places too. Like you could go to like certain amount of feet away, or
Yeah.
yards away from your place.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
or
not
designated areas.
but not like
perhaps.
5 miles away at the Comic Con.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Okay.
Unless he lives.
Fair
in-
enough. So we went Poison Girl. Went to Poison Girl. Went to Neil's bar. Got to show you the magic that is Neil's
New
bar.
Neil's.
Oh, yeah.
New
New
Neil's.
Neil's.
New Neil's bar.
Went there twice.
Then we went. We actually we didn't even finish the night there. Went to Nickel City for a shot of
Oh
Malort.
yeah. Which was fantastic because Junior he'd never had a shot of Malort, so they made a presentation out of it.
Uh-huh.
They brought out this little podium that lights up, gave him a whiskey glass, and then the guy had a whole
They sprayed glitter on it.
they sprayed glitter on it, but then
Yeah.
he had like a whole spiel,
Yes.
and then Junior, then he did it, and
Died instantly, like
Yeah.
everyone does the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instant death. So, next night went over to the hammock bar, Axelrad.
Axelrod's good.
Yeah, Axelrad. Went to Natsuo, the 3-story bar that you described.
unbelievable, unbelievable bar.
What was
then-
that game we were playing where we were throwing bags in holes?
Cornhole. Played cornhole.
All right.
You don't know what cornhole is?
No.
I didn't
Apparently
re-
they don't have this game in Albuquerque.
I didn't
We
realize.
do.
Or they what'd you call it? Like bags, or
Bags.
something?
We
Bags.
Called it bags.
I want to play some bags.
not only
Bags.
not only
What
do
the
we have it
hell?
at Albuquerque,
Bags?
I have it at my house. I have a 10-drink minimum.
we have one here.
Yeah.
Like no, we have a set here because me and
Yeah.
Sandy were like, hey, do you want to play cornhole one day? And we ordered
just
one
ordered
for
one
the
on
back
Amazon?
over here. Yeah,
They
There's
just
like a
took Ming's
scoring
credit card
system?
and ordered it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had no idea.
No.
It's like darts but with beanbags
We
That's
we
crazy.
have it at my house and it has 10-drink minimum on the boards.
and not
Yeah.
being used.
Nah.
Okay.
That's for show. I don't know how to play that game.
No. So after Natsuo, we took you to what I think is Houston's shittiest dive bar, a place called Lola's Depot.
Oh
Lola's
my!
is-
Okay.
Lola's is.
All right.
You don't
So
go to
he's-
Lola's to have fun.
He's like, we're gonna probably see a fight, and I'm like, okay. So we go in and we get in the door, and we just go up to get a beer, right?
Yeah.
And they're all like focused on talking to like the lady about getting their beer, and I'm I look over, a dude comes in, no shirt on,
Yeah.
and his shirt is tucked in his belt,
Sure.
and I go, oh, that guy he doesn't have a shirt on, and I'm like, and I'm attentive. And then, I think they were just like
No.
thought I was pointing out a guy who didn't have a shirt on.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
What
cool,
I'm
cool.
saying is there's about to be some shit. Oh, he's about
yeah.
to fight.
No.
And
Probably not.
And so then oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I knew it was coming. I was, we live in Iowa. I knew it was coming. And so then all of a sudden, like, they're dragging him out the door, and everybody's like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "I told y'all he came in. He didn't have his shirt on."
Yeah.
And then finally, Junior goes, "Well, I don't even know what that means." I was like, "Well, that means you're ready to fight."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm going to tell you what happened. And they're like, "What?" I go, him and somebody had words inside, and they almost got into it, and the bouncers got him to leave, and then he went outside, and he stopped, and he stewed in it for a little bit, and then he got more mad, and then he took his shirt off, folded it, put it in his belt, so he could come in and handle business.
Yeah.
And then they caught him before he got in, and they drug him out. And then Junior's like, "Well, why would he take his shirt?" I was like, "Well, number one, so they can't grab it. Number two, so it don't get ripped. It's probably a nice shirt,
Yeah.
Yeah. Not surprised because there's
Yeah.
always something that happens in Lola's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
My
so-
running joke with that is like, watch where you sit because you might sit on a needle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been offered hard drugs there for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which one was Lola's?
Lola's was probably just a rundown like bar,
Yeah.
one level
So
outside
dive
area.
bar, we started inside, then we moved outside in the patio.
Has a
The
lot
one,
of,
the
like,
one,
wooden-
the one where we met your Corey Feldman twin.
The dude that looked like Lou Diamond Phillips?
No, he looked like Corey
He
Feldman.
looked like just like Lou Diamond Phillips
Hold
with a
on.
mullet.
Yeah, we
Like
But yeah.
mulleted Lou Diamond Phillips.
somebody was, hey, check it out, and it looked like Corey Feldman crossed with Michael Jackson, and yeah,
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking of what's his name?
can you airdrop that?
That's actually really funny.
Can you airdrop that? I'll see if I can put it up on the screen.
Yeah, that's actually
It's like
really
La
funny.
Bamba, Lou Diamond Phillips. Like that's all I could see.
See, I was thinking Rufio from Hook.
Oh, Dante Bosco.
Yeah, Dante
A
Bosco.
little bit.
All right, I'm
Thank you.
airdropping.
Thank you.
But that's funny. And yes, anytime you go to Lola's, you're gonna have an interesting time. I'm not even gonna use the word fun.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Oh yeah. No, I when we walked in growing up in Albuquerque and like being around all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
When we walk in the door, I went, "Oh yeah, I know what this place is." Like immediately.
There's a few places like that in
Yeah,
Houston.
Yeah.
One place that we probably
Head
should
on the
go-
swivel.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
a place that we probably should hit next time you guys come.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been. I think you've probably been. Grand Prize Bar.
Years ago. It's been a while.
Grand Prize Bar is just a 2-story dive bar. Essentially, is what it is. It's really cool, but it's a lot safer than Lola's.
Really?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the picture. Now, Grant, you photoshopped Corey Feldman here on the left.
That
but
was
the-
Junior.
yeah,
Junior did that.
But the guy in the middle Yeah, Michael Jackson meets Corey Feldman.
Wait, okay, who the hell?
Smiley
photoshopped
is
freaking-
right there. Junior did. Junior did.
Junior
it.
did that. Yeah.
Junior has a lot of time on
That's
on
really
his
funny.
hands. But yeah, how did you not remember this? Like, what bar was that? It was like the one with the Corey Feldman,
Well, I
Michael
didn't-
Jackson lookalike.
Well, I didn't. I don't think I caught the name of it on the way in.
Okay, yeah. And then we didn't
Yeah.
finish there. We went over to BB's for crawfish afterwards.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Which,
a classic
so-
late night staple.
So get this. So we ordered 4 pounds.
Oh,
enough
my
for,
Lord.
Enough for 4 of us. Junior's a vegetarian, so he wanted one.
He wanted to try it.
one.
Okay.
And we get there, and we're Smiley. You've done this before, right?
And
You
he
were-
Smiley's
you had
like
crawfish?
offended. He's like, of course I
Oh,
have.
yeah.
Of course, I'm from Arkansas.
I'm from
Of course,
Arkansas.
of course, I know how to eat crawfish. We're like, okay,
Okay.
okay, cool. The crawfish comes out. He picks one up delicately,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Why does it have little pinchers here? Like, what's going on here?" And we're like, "Wait, what the hell's going on?"
And finally,
here?
Junior's like, I think you guys need to help Smiley out.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
He
and
looks-
he's just destroying
He
them.
looks disgusted. He's mangling this thing. I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" I thought he was
Did you
fucking
confuse
around.
crawfish for something
I thought he
else?
was fucking around, and it dawns on us he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
He does not know to.
I had
which
said
would have
some
been
things
fine if
out of
at-
confidence.
if in the beginning, like, oh well, this is how you do it. You suck
Yeah.
the head and that. But no, he was so fucking boastful about it, as if
Oh,
we
yeah.
were like amateurs.
You
I've
stupid
gone-
and he was
bastard.
part of the crawfish, like professional crawfish
I
eating
can't forget that.
association, and that like we were mansplaining it to him. We're like, okay, all right, we'll back off.
Kudos
Sorry,
for you
man.
for sticking to your guns and like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just gonna stay here in my
Yeah.
lane.
And then it also
Stick
dawned.
to it.
And then also dawned on him. Like, who the fuck cares if you're from Arkansas? They don't eat crawfish. There's not like for
Yeah.
Louisiana or like Mississippi.
Truly. When you said Arkansas, I was
Yeah.
like, they have crawfish.
But he said it so boastfully. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you literally, we had 4 pounds.
That's funny.
But we
which
were
is-
all like, no.
We were going to town at like juices flying over, sucking the heads. He eats like 4 of them,
Yeah.
and he's done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell, dude? I got these
Oh,
for everybody.
Smiley or Ming is like busting them open
Yeah,
for
he
him.
reveals
Yeah.
for me. He's like, well, I don't like picking them out. I'm like, if they're unshelled, I would eat them. Like, so I'm like a 4-year-old that like his mom. I'm taking them out. I'm making a pile for him so
That's
he can eat
funny.
them.
Thank
Because I
you,
can't
yes.
eat all these. We're not leaving a whole
yeah,
pile. We're gonna get
4 pounds of it,
we're gonna
right?
get kicked out of Houston if we leave this pile
Well,
here.
and then at the
I
table
was-
next to us.
I
oh,
had a
God.
bunch of the potatoes.
Yeah.
Because they didn't.
Just the easiest ones to eat.
Right. And so then next to us, there's like a full table of people. There's a dude in a 3-piece suit with a fedora, and he's like this.
That sounds about right.
And then his lady has her hand on the back of his neck. She's like rubbing it, and he's just like,
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's 4 a.m. on Saturday
Yeah.
night, Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
We're in the Montrose area.
right.
That's about par for the course.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the place we had that amazing pho?
Oh, I forgot. We went there Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
After wherever we after Nickel City.
Mhm.
I forgot we didn't go back. I'm like, hey guys, are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I was like,
Oh, it's the place that Alex took
yeah.
you?
So I was like, all right, I got 3 choices for you. We can get a Katz's Deli that never closes.
Mm-hmm.
We can get Cajun food, or we can go get late night Vietnamese.
Right.
And he's like, let's go get Vietnamese. So we went to a place called Mize.
Oh,
Until 4 in the
Mize.
morning.
I like
Mine
that.
is a classic Houston staple.
I like that the
On the
police
weekends.
officer at the door
So
is
good.
also the maitre d'.
You know.
What? That's great.
He walks
Yeah.
in. You walk in, and there's
4?
a guy in
Or,
full SWAT gear, and he's like, "How many?" I'm like,
4.
40. And he looks and he goes,
Yeah. But he's strapped. Yeah, he's
Yeah, oh,
full.
yeah.
He's packed. He's packed.
"Full
with
on."
heat.
The Mice is open very late, and it's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a stop that people do. When
Yeah.
Oh,
they-
yeah.
they
Yeah,
do
now
things.
you've
Yeah.
been there, so that's Mize. So
Mhm.
That was so good.
those were some of the stops.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Before we go, Mike Lappin asks, "What's a coral sword?" Phil?
Mike Lappin.
What's a coral sword?
A coral sword.
Valid question.
Well,
Coral sword is 2 things. One, it's a very powerful weapon, medium powerful weapon in the Final Fantasy series of games.
Mm-hmm.
Very good against water-based
Yes.
enemies.
Yeah.
For sure. But 2, more importantly, is the name of the shop that you're looking here. It's the best gaming cafe in Houston, Texas, if not the world. We've been to a number.
I've heard the world.
Yeah, and it's
I'll believe
it's a place we built here 7 years ago in Houston, Texas. Basically, the partners here built the place that they wanted to hang out at, and we achieved that.
It has
But
been.
then it's become the place that everybody wants to hang out at,
it's
and it's been great.
it's a labor of love. It's
Yeah.
it takes a village. If you ever get around in Houston, come on down.
Yeah.
1318 Telephone Road. It's a great place to just get coffee, chill, hang out with some cool people, play some video games, play
Op-
some card
Yep,
games.
open every day. Some of the greatest coffee in Houston for sure.
Podcasting.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you to Greenway
Yeah.
Coffee, David Buer.
We don't say that too low.
I said it. I'll say it every time. And I'm leaving with beans for sure.
Who else we got here?
so-
The Pences.
Yeah, and the
Hunter,
Pences.
Alexa Pence.
Yeah, Lexi and Hunter.
Which they might be in Cairo. I don't know where they're doing still.
Yeah, I think they're in Egypt right now.
Yeah, they're in
but
Egypt.
they're the biggest reason why we're here.
Globetrotters.
And Sanford.
Yeah, and
Sanford.
Sandy Bledsoe, who's in Portland
Hmm.
now. or-
I think he's in California.
Yeah. Oh, did I
Sa-
tell you what happened the other day? I met a guy, and I was like, oh, he was playing Magic, and I introduced myself. Like,
Yeah.
hey, thank you for coming.
Uh-huh.
He was trying to sell me his Final Fantasy VII deck. I kind of wanted to buy it too because I don't have the main set.
No, it's kind of hard right now to find because
Yeah.
they're selling out like hotcakes right
yeah,
now.
but he was
So
like, hey,
that's
hey,
probably why he said it too.
yeah, but he's like, oh, you're a partner. It's like, hey, so where's your other partner, Sandy? I was like, oh, he's in Portland. It's like, so when's he getting back from his vacation?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's not really a vacation.
Not a
but he's
vacation.
kinda-
Oh, he lives there now?
yeah, he's kind of
Yeah.
running things remotely. So
Oh.
yeah,
All
good
I
for
heard,
him. He
all I
deserves
heard is you guys say Nerdy McNerd a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
yeah. So that's
baseball player.
That's what a Coral Sword is.
One singular
player.
baseball
No, I'm just
player.
kidding, yeah.
Yeah, and then now you're here at Coral Sword.
Yeah.
So
Now I'm here. Yes.
yeah, not bad for 2.5 days.
No, man.
Almost three.
Almost
now,
3
but-
now.
I get around.
Yeah, for 3 days we hit literally like a dozen places. Not bad.
Right.
Welcome to Ming Chen Land.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be.
It is. It is. So yeah, no. One last stop. Meow Wolf, Houston.
Yep.
So yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So thank you everybody for listening. Thank you Comic Palooza for bringing us together every year and for your magical convention
Yeah.
and for kind of introducing me and my friends to the great city of Houston. We'll be back in 2026 for sure. Phil, thank you for being here. Thank you for setting all this up at
Yeah.
last second.
Always.
Yes.
Thank y'all. I'm glad y'all came.
Yeah.
Hope
Yes.
I know probably be seeing you again.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
likely we'll be seeing you, Smiley.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to
Um,
get up to Albuquerque.
Absolutely.
We'll jump into a gang. It'll be amazing.
No,
No,
yeah.
yeah, I would 100% be down for that. But
Yeah.
thank you, Ming, as usual.
Yeah,
Peace.
yeah. Thank you guys, and we'll see you soon.